Please listen to the legal disclaimer at the end of this video. Good afternoon, this is Credit Rage Uncut. I'm Boiler Williams, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about court cases and where they can happen for consumers. So specifically I want to talk about if you sue a collector, where you would do that, and if a collector sues you, where he can do that. It's not a person, it's an it. So anyhow, if you have litigation against a debt collector, you can probably sue in some rinky-dink local court, city court, county. Well, you can definitely sue in county court. I shouldn't say definitely. You can likely sue in county court, and in most states you can sue in state court if there's state laws that are similar to the FDCPA. So you could sue in all those rinky-dink little courts if you wanted to. And every time I've been in one of those rinky-dink little courts, I have seen absolute legal travesties. So I would not recommend going to any state or local court, but you could. So normally what people do for FDCPA, FCRA, and TCPA is file federal lawsuits. So you do that in your federal court. I live in Colorado, so the federal court in Colorado is in Denver. I think there's a couple branch offices. I think there's one in Durango or whatever. I don't really know. I have a friend that I believe is filing in Durango, so I hope you know where Durango is in Colorado. It's an absolutely stunningly beautiful place. So if you see my video and you're thinking about traveling to Colorado, check out Durango. And I'll get a check from the Colorado Travel Authority or whatever. I'm just joking. Anyhow, so if you're a Colorado resident, you would file your federal suit in the court in your state. So a lot of people ask, well, if the collector is in California and you're in Colorado, where do you file the suit? In Colorado. You're the consumer, file it in your state. You cannot file it in... I couldn't drive up to Wyoming's that way. I couldn't go to Wyoming and file a case in Wyoming in federal court because I'm not a citizen. I don't live in Wyoming. The court has no jurisdiction. So that's the gist of it. And when you sue a collection agency in California, that's not going to be confusing to the court system. They're going to know everything's going to be fine. So just sue them in the county, well, in the state that you live in. Some states have more than one federal court. For example, Texas, I believe, has two. They have the northern and I'm guessing the southern. But anyhow, figure out which one you live in, and that's usually by county. You can look that up on the internet pretty quickly. So, or you can call the county clerk and they'll tell you. So if you live in Midland, Texas, and you're wondering if you're in the northern district for the federal court, call them up and ask them. Tell them I'm in Midland, and they'll set you straight. They don't want you filing paperwork that doesn't belong in their court, so all it'll take is a phone call. But you can probably just look it up on the internet. It's pretty simple in Colorado because we only have one. So anyhow, that's the gist of it. File your cases in federal court. If you go to any other court besides federal court, I think that you're going to have a rough go. So that's just my take on it. Now let's talk about debt collectors suing you. It happens to everybody. Well, not everybody, but if you're watching this video, it's probably happened to you. So when collectors sue you, according to the FDCPA, they can sue you in two locations. They can sue you in your home county. So example, if I live in Jefferson County, Colorado, they could sue me in Jefferson County Court. They could also sue me where the contract was made. So if I went to a branch office in Seattle and signed up for a credit card there and gave it to them right there in Seattle, then they could sue me in, I think Seattle's King County. So they could sue me in King County Court in Washington. So that's the two places that they can sue you. If they sue you anyplace else, they're violating the FDCPA, and that's a $1,000 violation. So if I live in Jefferson County, Colorado, and I get sued in Adams County, Colorado, that's a violation of federal law, and that one's pretty cut and dry. And also, if they sue me in the wrong county, it's pretty easy to get that case dismissed, because counties that you don't live in your state don't have any jurisdiction over you for collection issues. If you were speeding in a different county, then you're on your own on that one. So anyhow, make sure that you're getting sued in the right county. You shouldn't be, if you live in Colorado, if a collection agency is in Texas and you have no idea where the contract, and you signed the contract at home, you mailed in an application for a credit card, they should be suing you at your house. So anyhow, just make sure of that, and it's just another pretty common FDCPA violation. If you would like to see more of my videos, you can go to notlegaladvice.org. I also do some podcasts. I haven't done as many podcasts because I've been focusing on videos. So if you want to listen to my old podcasts, to the best of my knowledge, they're all still accurate. I mean, things change over time, and you might listen to a podcast that's 2 years old, but I bet it's still dead on, because the fundamental thing that we stand up for our rights using is the FDCPA, and that hasn't changed a lot. There's been some different rulings and stuff, but overall, still, those recordings should be solid. So give me your feedback. I'd love to hear from you. Take care. Oh, and fight the essential fight. This is the legal disclaimer. While the information on this site deals with legal issues, it does not constitute legal advice. The materials in this video and related websites are provided for informational purposes only and do not constitute legal advice. We do not advise on the application of law to an individual's specific circumstances. Although we go to great lengths to make sure our information is accurate and useful, we recommend you consult a lawyer if you want professional assurance that our information and your interpretation of it is appropriate to your particular situation. There are no lawyers in this video or on the notlegaladvice.org family of websites. The contact information for this video is notlegaladvice.org, that is the main blog, nlapublishing.org, that is the main book site. The email address is boiler@notlegaladvice.org. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to email me. I'd love to hear from you.